Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about a recent video that Miss Colleen Ballinger did standing up to her biggest bully. Obviously, really trying to get the clicks and the views for December. But we're going to talk about it. Who is her biggest bully and what do I have to say about it all? So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, and for anyone who is curious, this video has 104,000 views, 4.9 thousand likes to 13,000 dislikes, so obviously things are not going her way. When it comes to that, it has 389 comments, but as we know, her and her team, whomever that is, they are working double overtime to make sure that her comment section has zero criticism, zero negativity, and zero mention of her former best friend, Corey DeSoto. But when I clicked on this video, yeah, technically, am I going against my own word by clicking on her video? I am, but I also have a commentary channel and my audience is interested in the Colleen storyline. But I clicked on it and it's about 60% of the way through the video. She sits down and she's got her little cat sweater on and she unveils who her biggest bully is. And if y'all were thinking that she was gonna say, oh, my biggest bully are my haters on Reddit, or the people who leave nasty comments, or the drama and commentary channels. No, she's saying that her biggest bully is herself. I am not kidding. I am not exaggerating. Of course, I will insert a little clip to back up what I'm saying here. But she talks about how she, with her therapist, has gone through this thing of how she's so hard on herself. She's so hard on herself and she's constantly calling herself a stupid idiot, or this is stupid, or that's dumb. And her therapist is encouraging her to, oh, well, what if you just didn't say that?
To stick up to my biggest bully in the whole world, which is myself, my inner bully. No one is meaner to me than me. Which is shocking, because people have been pretty mean to me in my life, but I guess I just always have to be the best. I am the best at being a bully to myself. See, that was a compliment to myself, so that doesn't count as being rude to myself, right? I forget the first time that she brought up to me that I'm always just like beating myself up. It was a few years ago, and I had just started seeing her, and she was like, well, what if you didn't? Like, what if you, said something kind to yourself in your head? And I remember that concept just being so bananas to me. I was like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? The idea of being kind to myself in my own thoughts, or just out loud in general, in life, always, anytime, is so bizarre. I'm talented. I am like any of those things. Certainly not thoughts I think very often. And if I do think them or say them about myself, they're immediately met with like, maybe I'm talented, but I'm not the most talented person in the world. Like, I'm definitely mediocre at best. I brought up the example of like, if I were to be talking about something simple like rocks, and I'm like, I know it's stupid and I'm such a weirdo, but like, I love my rocks. Talking about like why I would think those things or say those things. And one is because like, that's just kind of how my brain has always just worked and been wired. But also, I always want to be the first one to say it about myself. But that way, if I'm like talking to someone and they think it's lame that I like rocks, then I preface it with like, well, I know this is lame, or I'm such a weirdo or whatever. Then if they have that thought, they're like, oh, okay, she knows that it's weird if they're thinking I'm lame, and then they won't say it to me. So you can't hurt me by saying that to me because I already think it and I already said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, she kind of brought up how that doesn't make any sense. But she was like, well then, okay, so what if someone does think it's weird or lame? Okay, totally valid and awful. And I would never say that about someone else. And that was something she pointed out. She pointed out with my kids, like, would you want your kids to talk that way? But also about like friends, family, or even strangers, honestly. Like, I would not say the things I say about myself to literally anybody. I don't know. Am I making any sense? Probably not. I need to go.
This self-awareness with this one is so minuscule and depleted. It's basically non-existent at this point. The situations that Colleen has gotten herself into, she should be hard on herself, because the amount of pain and hurt that she caused other people that were in her orbit, whether they were as close to her as Joshua DTV, Joshua David Evans, or somebody who was kind of on the outer circle, and that would be people like Becky and Adam McIntyre, to skate by all of that. And here's the thing, I understand that you can't expect her to take full accountability because then there's legal recourse and all of that kind of stuff. But an apology directly issued to those people that she hurt would have done the job, and not an apology with a ukulele or a song with a ukulele, and not talking about my bony little back and toxic gossip train and I've got a bunch of haters and all of that kind of stuff. that is what people expected from her. A direct apology, say you're sorry, and move on. We would have all moved on. I know for one, you know, if the people that were impacted by her accepted her apology, I would let it go because they got what they needed and it's not my apology to accept. But if they have, then I am so happy for them. But instead, we get clickbait and we get talking about bullies, and then she's talking about herself. And then we talk about mean comments about deviled eggs. It's all of that that continues to make people so irate with this situation. And the whole thing with her throwing her kids right back into content as well, where one minute we hear about how scared she was for her own safety and she was scared to do Miranda shows and scared to basically like live her life. But then we come back and you're showing again that you're choosing to not protect your own children. So if the internet is such a big, scary place for you, why are your kids thrown back into content? Because to me, that says that the internet isn't really a scary place, or you're exaggerating it and you know that you need money. You stayed away for long enough. Now you need to come back and get the money train rolling, and people want to see her children, and she knows that. And she's willing to give people what they want. There is really no other way to look at this. The lack of accountability, the clickbait nonsense that she has been pulling, just the sheer amount of carelessness that has been displayed by Colleen about this situation. The toxic gossip train video is still live on her channel right now. And I've mentioned it before, but for anyone who missed that, you know, if you're so ashamed by how you handled a situation, most people would delete that video. Take it off your channel. That's step one in saying, I don't stand by how I handled X situation. But it's still up. And I think that Colleen is absolutely atrocious. I think that she literally does not care about anybody besides herself. Now, as far as the other video that she posted on her vlog channel, someone on Reddit did a breakdown of the, you know, what I got my kids for Christmas vlog that she posted. The one part that I found interesting, here, I'll just read it for you guys. She begins to explain how she won't be posting for the next week-ish because of the holidays and how she wants to be immersed and in the moment, but she still will be vlogging, just not posting right away. That vlogging is how she's immersed in it. Also cries about how hard this year has been and why it's important for her to take the time to not focus on editing and posting and being stressed about it. But also it's important to vlog for her because she's also able to view all of her kids this way and see little moments that she would have otherwise not been able to see or witness. Whatever. Colleen knows that her kids are her content. That is why some people click on her videos. And here's the thing. You cannot be fully immersed in a moment if you have a camera out. If you are focused on vlogging, you're not fully immersed in the moment because you are looking at it through a camera lens. And if you want to make home videos for your kids, then that's fine. But she's making these videos for her audience. These are not going in a private family archive. I just talked about this with Cole and Savannah LeBrant filming her announcing that she's having another baby. Once you are filming it to put on the internet, it takes away the authenticity, in my opinion. It takes away the raw realness that vlogs once had. And I think that it's absolutely a joke. People like Colleen, people like Cole and Sav, people like, you know, the Ace family and all of these other big family vloggers, they know that people are there for their kids. And if you know that people are there for your kids and you continue to post content featuring your kids, then you are a bad parent, my opinion. I don't think that Colleen has learned anything, and I think she's going to continue to show everybody that she refuses to learn or do better. All she knows how to do is clickbait and make a, you know, useless vlog of nonsensical jibber jabber. And you know, she might consider herself to be her biggest bully, but I think otherwise. I don't think that she's been hard enough on herself, because saying that you're into rocks and then calling yourself stupid is really not that serious. That is really why people, like, that's not why people are mad at you. That's not why people don't like Colleen Ballinger. She intentionally missed the mark every single time, over and over again. And in the meantime, I'm going to be here to talk about it. But I think that's enough for today. I'm going to try to do a couple of short videos for y'all and stay consistent during this little break. But that's going to be it for now. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more of me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.